it's Cass again. And so this video I'm going to talk a little bit about life here in China and food. To me, they go together. They are intertwining. And so big things that people think about. Is it better to live in a big city? Is it better to live in a smaller city? They both have their perks and cons. This is China. It's very populated. There's always going to be 1 million people or more, and it's always going to be very noisy. But it is what it is. Big city, you have a lot of options, especially when it comes to food. Here in Shanghai, you can find everything under the sun. You can find everything. And you can find Western food that is really good. But your Western food is going to be very expensive too. So you have to know these things. It's a trade-off. When it comes to cooking for yourself, you can cook for yourself, of course. If you are cooking Western food for yourself, it is going to be more expensive. If you are figuring out how to cook Chinese food for yourself, it's great, but also be careful. It's probably cheaper and will make you more satisfied to simply go to someone that knows how to make this food. Smaller cities, there's less options, but they still have quite a few options. There's always at least 1 or 2 Western style places, even in small cities. And these are also good places to meet other foreigners if you want just other people to chat with. Gosh, what else was I going to say? Things that you should try and do before you come here to make things easier. Definitely VPN on your devices, maybe a translation app, very helpful. Pleco, I think is particularly useful because it is a translation app that does not need Wi-Fi or anything to work. And so you can draw in a character and then it will pop up the English for you and you can do it the other way. So it works very well. You can expect technology to work differently than it will at home. Some things will be difficult, some things will be a lot easier. You never know. The climate. If you are on East Coast China, you have to expect it is going to be very rainy, it is going to be very humid in the summer, it will eventually be very hot and humid. The winters are still colder than you think they should be. So do your research before you come, especially so that you know what kinds of clothing to pack. It's especially useful. Stray animals, there are a lot of them. Don't feel too bad for them. Almost every pack of cats has an older lady taking care of them. You can always help take care of them. I don't suggest adopting them unless you plan to be here for a very long time. Food, there's a lot of different options. It's similar to everywhere else that is a lot of land space. All of Europe, there's 1 million different types of foods. It's the same for China. You can't just say it's Chinese food. There's 1 million different types of Chinese food. There's at least 7 or 8 different types of dumplings or buns that are delicious. And if one place doesn't make it very well, there's a good chance 2 doors down there will be another place that makes it very well. So don't give up on something just because of one bad experience. And that is true for everything. Same of Western restaurants. If you go to one Western restaurant and the pizza doesn't taste like pizza, just go to the next one and it will probably be different. So that is especially useful for food in China. There's a lot of delicious things. If you are white like me, or you are obviously not Chinese, they will usually ask you, do you want it spicy? And you can tell them, not spicy, if you don't like spice. Or you can be like, idian, you want just a little bit. They will usually ask you before they make you something that you're not going to eat. Yeah, there's 1 million different types, so don't give up after one bad experience. Most Chinese food is very delicious and there's a lot of different places to try, and if you find a good place, they are happy to see you every day if you want to go every day. Not a bad